Well, hello, Kingsman. Welcome back to the Napoleonic Total War 3 battlefield. Today we have another 4v4. This one is got some interesting battles, or not battles, I should say, but interesting armies here. We have, let me slow this down here, because I feel like things are about to come off here with this 10-point Murat, which, yes, if you haven't noticed, Murat on the battlefield, a lot of crosshair, a lot of cav. Backed up by Davout, who has brought 1 cavalry and then a ton of infantry. You also have a 5-point MacDonald Prussia and then a 11-point Oudinot on the far side. Here we go. I think we have a cav charge about to launch off with some Lancers. Yep. So many Lancers charging the UK. The UK have some heavy horse here. Do not see any infantry support yet, and these guys are going to get caught. And I do believe we also have some skirmishers getting charged. There's artillery. There is some Scottish Highlanders. Oh, there's the infantry, which actually they're going to run into. Oh, are they going to form square? They do form square. And forming square, the artillery gets killed. Over on this side, looks like the cavalry with a square is able to be saved. And the French have to fall back. So the French actually only took 1 loss there. The artillery lost, and that is unfortunate for the UK not having their artillery. The rest of Davout coming down the road. This is a lot of infantry, and I know this kind of a build is. I mean, it's a 14-pointer, guys. It is gonna be a serious foe to fight. Now, like I said, way on the other side, you have the other 2 coalitions pushing across the river here. This is only a 5-pointer, but of course backed up by a 11-pointer, so they should be a little bit better. Of course, you can tell the weight of the armies for France is over here, where they have obviously 24 points total in just one small area. Now the UK are advancing here. I don't know if this is 1 or 2 armies, but from what I can see, it looks like they have the either Tow Rose or Coldstream Guard. They have the Black Watch. They have a lot of UK Guard units rolling over on this side. So very, very rough. This is gonna be rough. Rough one for sure. Yeah, they got at least 4 Guard units. All 4 of these guys are gonna be a tough cookie to crack. And it looks like they have some of the Scottish Lightfoot. So some light infantry here as well. And they are locking down this left side. The other UK forces pushing forward. They have an LOC here to take. The French are still a decent pace away, as you can see. So yeah, they're going to take them in to get up here. The UK may actually get a chance to set up some defenses. Now, oh yeah, we never really looked at the rest of the coalition here. So another UK army here into the Spanish army. And I think actually 2 Spanish armies. So 2 Spanish armies and 2 UK armies is what the French are going to have to face. And it's going to be a rough one for them, to be sure. Now, yeah, the UK taking the high ground here. A pity they don't have artillery, but they still have their cavalry. And you saw the heavy cav they have.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Looks like we may actually have some Russians. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, some Spanish troops over here on this corner. Just scouting things out, I guess you would say. And it's been a while since I've seen this map. This map's kind of fun just because there's a bunch of forest, but there's also this big, nice open field if the, fight pushes out to that side, which I feel like the coalition would want to have some distance just in case the French do advance on that side to catch them. That could be a really bad thing here. Now we do have some cavalry here, you can see. Another charge here, Davout's Lancers kind of caught in an ambush as the UK are charging on 3 sides. Trying to run down these Lancers. I actually think he's going to manage to get him away, but now you know, the British are in the woods. We have the beginning of the massive army Which, man, look at the... Oh, I like this uniform. These guys look nice. Very nice. They are going to be pushing up using this wall or this road here. The town is the focal point, and they're going to probably not even totally form up before they just start rolling down the road. Or maybe, you know, get them all in position. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is what the UK have to face. So many troops. Over the thousands. Probably, what, 2,000 men at least? 3,000? Easily. These are thick units, too. But yeah, he is going to be pushing up here. He doesn't have squares. He has his light infantry up in front. But they do have some cav support from Murat. You do see the UK have set up. They don't have their artillery, so it is a little bit easier for them to, you know, attack as France. Now we do have Prussia still scouting. They are rolling over with their infantry. The rest of Oudinot is going to be pushing down the road. The general with some skirmishers is going first. The rest of the troops following close behind. They have a pretty strong army on this side too. Prussia, very small, has some cavalry that can defend, I guess. There's some dragoons, some hussars. They do have more cav just scouting here, but they're Ulani getting ambushed by some Spanish dragoons.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack.
Pull out the Lyric Hab charge here. UK charging in, taking out Murat's Lancers, and now more cav is clashing here at the Dragoons. Light Dragoons, I think, of the UK going against some Lancers. Line infantry now firing, pouring in some volleys as the UK are going to try to get themselves out of there. They do not want to take this fight with infantry support. That'd be a very bad thing to have happen. This line still marching. The massive columns are coming up, guys. This is it. This is where the battle is going to start launching off. And I guarantee you, they are shooting through here. Yep, they're shooting through here. So France, looking at the terrain, they have to watch the forest now, guys, but they also want to push up and start taking the flank, maybe taking this LOC, maybe pushing up, flanking the UK. You do see some UK lines over here as well, mostly Portuguese, so actually this will be a bit of an easier army to kill. More artillery is pushing up. The coalition, I would put the artillery right here, firing on the flank, trying to drive back any push that the French make. France does not have any grenadiers, but I don't think they need any. Is there a cav fight happening here? Yes, there is. Some Chevaliers, some Swiss cavalry. You don't see the Swiss very much anymore. Pushing up, trying to drive them back as they're going to keep pushing forward their lines here. You know the Spanish probably are setting up along this road, along this tree line to defend the left flank. More UK pushing up down this road. We do have infantry going into the LOC to charge. Try taking this from these Highlanders. This is gonna be a rough fight. Ooh, just bursting in. Same time, they're gonna start rolling up here. Now they gotta watch out. Oh, cavalry in the back lines here. UK constantly sending them forward. I don't think the forest is the wisest place to be fighting with your cavalry. Your movement speed so slow, and the French are just gonna outshoot you here. So I would push this horse out and put him back over on this side. Still nothing over here, and you know what? Guess what? There's nothing really standing in front of the UK. This is they're leaving their general, and the French probably are trying to make the UK think there's an army sitting right here when they are actually focusing everything over on this side. They're pushing forward tons of masses of infantry. Oh, the UK getting some really nice volleys on them though. But there's so many French troops here. The UK need reinforcements. They need to take this attack seriously. They either need to fall back or, you know, push up. Oudinot rolling down the road, guys. They are probably trying to focus everything on this little crossroads area. Spain may have to intercept them. The other UK army still making their way up. I'm assuming they haven't gotten over there yet. French are going to stand and maybe shoot. I don't know if he's going to try to close in for melee. Actually, looks like he's trying to maybe trying to cut off these UK troops and not let them rejoin the main body of their army. In fact, they're pouring in some volleys already on the Spanish cavalry here. They are pouring in some volleys of their own, returning fire on the UK. LSC has not been taken yet, but I think they will take it. I don't think these Highlanders are gonna survive. Yeah, they're not gonna survive. See, they're already getting outflanked here. Infantry down below are about to get shot in the back. Although looks like some more UK troops rushing into this fight. Here we go though, first bayonet charge. The UK getting just thrown back as the French now are pushing forward here. The tow rows or Coldstream Guard, whatever that is, are now going to plug in that gap. UK, I think, have realized they're getting outflanked here, but France is closing in from all sides. The UK need to realize what danger they're in. Which, once again, no scouting. No scouting. They do have some cavalry here, though, which is about to get charged by some hussars from Murat. Unless they can get themselves out of there. The forest is really rough to see what is going on. Really rough to figure out what's happening. The UK still not moving their left elites. The left side has all its elite infantry, and they have not inched it back at all. They need to be pushing this back. They need to be falling back as well. Not sure what they're doing with this line. But they got caught out, and now their cabs also need to get charged. The French assault has begun. With a flanking charge, I think they will break this horse guard. Maybe not, though. That horse is really good. We do have more. Oh my goodness, did we get a artillery sniped by the Swiss Chevaliers? Yes, we did. More artillery, maybe gonna get caught. UK falling back here as France is now pursuing. And they are just meleeing the coalition into the ground here. As I don't think the coalition has yet to really be able to form up into battle. And if the French want to win this, they need to not let the coalition set up. If the coalition set up, then they can still seize the day here. But opening of the floodgates has occurred, and now the French are pushing up here. Chevalier is going to try charging these light dragoons for the UK. France actually being forced back a little bit here. They need to watch out. They're going to start getting volleyed. See, the coalition is setting up here. And where is Spain? Where is Spain at? Are they like far forest? All right, so the coalition is creating some distance between themselves and the French. And France is going to have to be cautious now. They're going to be fully going on a frontal charge against the coalition. They just got to be very cautious. They have a lot of the troops still in the forest, though. They still have plenty of troops there. Shouldn't be a problem. The coalition still thinks there's a French army just sitting here. No, maybe not. Maybe they're shifting over now. I think they realize the real assault is happening over here. More and more forces rushing over here. Here comes the French assault once again. Cavalry coordinated with the line infantry. Artillery going to get charged. France closing in here. Artillery has been killed again, and now they're going to charge into the coalition line. What the coalition needs to do is move their artillery, get into some open ground where they can maneuver and shoot, because these streets and these buildings are giving the French the perfect opportunity to basically just close in and catch the flank. Let's see if they get a volley off. Oh, beautiful volley against the French. Oh boy, so actually the coalition seems to be doing a decent job of throwing back the French. There is a lot more reserves coming down the road. And now with cavalry going in. It's gonna be a little rough. Spain is showing up here, so they're actually maybe gonna try to ambush Udino. Udino is maybe gonna have to turn and face some of these Spanish troops that are honestly could do a lot of damage if they can start pouring in volleys here. The French are actually getting forced into a little bit of a pocket here, and that's looking a little messy. We do have more Spanish troops actually way over here on the left flank. I think the coalition is discovering what is actually over here, which is nothing. And they're shifting over more and more troops. They have a lot of their guard units in reserve here. And the French have actually been thrown back. Wisely, though, not taking a fight and throwing in more troops into that. They have Udino pushing over, maybe trying to take the flank. Prussia could go on a huge flank. Yeah, just falling back and maybe set up your guns, start firing at the coalition, because I guarantee you if they kept charging in here, they would have died. There is just troops pouring in volleys from every direction for the coalition. And now Spain with reserves is going to make this a little more difficult here. The artillery firing actually, oh my gosh. Just totally destroying this LOC. They didn't even want it. They're like, you know what? If we're not going to have it, no one's going to have it. There we go. Spain has set up their lines now. They have some cavalry in the back, and they are going to start pouring in volleys against Udino. Udino setting up lines of their own to return fire. And the coalition actually have been able to retake the initiative. I really thought, I was beginning to get concerned. They were getting meleeed everywhere. I would fall back these lines, because if they push to this building and then charge around with the cavalry, maybe they can start pushing that, or even pushing right here. Not sure if the coalition attacking right now is very wise. I would set up some Spanish troops first in reserve, just in case the French attack. Both sides have not lost heavily yet. Both sides seem to be forming up and waiting to see what will happen next. We may have Udino now throwing themselves in. Davout resting up his forces. He has quite a lot of them left. We have some Swiss pushing forward. But what is happening? Oh, we had some UK troops in the back lines, not even being noticed. That's unfortunate. What a beautiful looking sight, though. You know, you have the UK troops volleying, you have French troops, tons of reserves. See, the coalition, they're getting way too close to these openings. They need to stay back from them. That's the only thing that's going to help. Now, Spain is engaging the French in the woods. I think so far this could be pretty even. Prussia may actually even the tide here, as they're going to push over, maybe taking the whole flank of Spain. As now Spain's going to have to fall back too. We do have some huge assault columns rolling forward here. I guarantee you there's going to be some action happening very soon here. Yep, here we go. Some lines charging around the corner here. Spain going to get charged, have to go into melee. Maybe not. I think France didn't like how that looked. Oh, we have some cavalry from Spain charging Lancers. Lancers not being able to get a good charge bonus. With Lancers, you want to go in charge and immediately withdraw. They are not good for melee. Only good for, you know, a little bit of a charge, and that's what they're good for. Now, we do have thick units for France here. Udino has some very large, chunky units. I'm talking big units here. Wow. Some dragoons from Spain charged the line infantry of France. After they broke back those Lancers, I would fall them back, though, just in case. But here we go. I think we're going to have a bayonet charge here. Yep. Spain getting charged, and Spain's actually fallen back, wisely fallen back, sacrificing one unit here. I would still fall back from these buildings. Oh, we have some cavalry engaging here. Some hussars, although, man, I think Murat is getting a little bit outclassed here. Mainly because this is lights versus heavies, and these guys are wavering, and they are going to get tired. This square just pouring in volleys on them. And they're literally, the UK is running around their square to force these guys to have to be shot constantly. These heavies should be shifted over. I'd shift them over against Spain. Spain is the one that heavies would do very well against. Murat actually, well, yeah, Murat's not going to do well against the UK. It's just that's just a fact. One heavy has gotten tied up by one light. And they've taken some loss here. Now they have one. Still, oh, we have some horse guard charging in here. So if the coalition can save this left side and stop Murat, then this could be super helpful. They'd have line of ships can start firing here. Oh, Murat, don't do it. Did he actually catch the Highlanders out? No, he didn't. Nah, he didn't. Although Spain seems to be maybe the weakest part of this army. I think France needs to make a push somewhere. Murat should be over here. That's my opinion. Murat should be sending some heavy cav and, you know, maybe over, I don't know, push to the forest on this side. I mean, it means walking all the way around, but you have time. If you start marching now, Murat is off on their own a little bit. And they need some infantry support in order to be able to make a real push here. And like I said, they're facing a squareable army. Like, everything is squareable for the UK there. We do have, it looks like some, oh yeah, some Prussians fighting some cavalry for Spain again. Spain really using their cav to great effect. Prussia pouring in some volleys, so I think they're going to break that cav unit. We do have some, some artillery, some Spanish artillery. Oh, they know they're dead too. They gotta know it. They gotta know. Here we go. The pull back. Everyone falling back as okay, so this is why France probably is not bayonet charging here. Because you would think maybe, you know, they should. But if they charge in here, Spain is going to get a juicy volley while they're engaged in this one line. And if they charge this line is going to fire. But here we go. I think the coalition still is staying too close to these buildings. They're staying way too close here. Have some distance, force them to have to charge out and get to you. That's my thought about that. This is not the greatest play here, in my opinion. All this heavies can do literally nothing against this UK. I know I kept saying that. This last time I'll say it, I would walk them through the trees or around and come right over here and stick them right here, and then you send them in. Even if they form square, the line of tree will push forward and save you from, you know, the lines of squares. All right, so France did close in from melee, but this flanking fire probably gonna start killing this French unit. Oh, are they bayonet charging here? It feels like every time the French melee, they take some heavy losses. I mean, they have a lot of troops, but over time, it'll start wearing on them. Keep in mind, guys, there's only 3 line infantry armies, and then there's 1 cav corps, which means there is, yes, these are chunky lines, but there is way less French infantry army-wise. There's only 3 armies. 2 of them are large French armies. One of them's a Prussian army, and Prussia actually seems to be handling himself pretty well against Spain thus far. I mean, they have some really good shooting musketeers. They have some good fusiliers and that such, but still gonna be a rough one, guys. Still gonna be a rough one against Spain. Definitely outnumbered by Spain. Oh, on this side, even if France pushed up some of their reserves far side and then pushed it with cavalry, they would, I think, do a little bit more damage. I mean, they are tying up a lot of UK troops here, but the UK have so much just sitting in reserve. This is just a mess here. I think their best option for France, they need to sacrifice some units and they need to close into melee with Spain. Spain has some good infantry. Oh, look at these guys. The reserve lines for Spain. And you have thick units here. Oh, do we have a potential assault here? Oh, the assault columns rolling forward, cavalry rolling forward as well. Spain forming square, and now is the time. Now, charge forward now. This is what you want to see when you see France advance. Cavalry countercharging for Spain, but here we go. The melee is starting. Excellently done. Throwing forward, you have reserves. This is what you have to do. Send forward some reserves. Send in your first line. Cavalry is going to back charge actually their own unit. It's not going to be enough. Actually, France is also firing here, but they are pushing out right in this area, making sure that there's no flanking happening. They have units that are actually going to start firing on the flank as well. The British are going to run into a lot of French troops, and here they go. Oh, it's becoming a mess. Oh, nice charge by some heavies from Spain, but now some Swiss Chevaliers as well as some Lancers are throwing themselves forward. This is where Murat would do so well with the heavies. He could charge in right here and smack into them, but France is going in for everything, and Spain is starting to break. They are starting to break here. They have some reserves, but the mass rout actually may really affect them. And yep, France has made a very decisive push here.
Our men are running, sir.
Cavalry getting tied up. You can see Prussia in the background is actually pushing up now on this line. Spain does have a backup line, and France is going to have to worry about that. I mean, they are going to start just shooting up the French. The French need to close in and hit this second reserve line that Spain has. Otherwise, it is going to be for nothing. Like I said once before, guys, Murat would be so helpful right now. I imagine it would be so helpful. The UK actually turning and facing this French line, pouring in volleys on them. Oh, the general has popped some rallies here so that the French can stay in this fight. The Spanish, though, they have so many reserves. And now Spain is countercharging here. They need to drive back this huge onslaught of Oudinot and Davout. Oh, look, the heavy cav. I'm assuming the heavy cav is rolling across here. There are infantry here that can back up this line. It'd be perfect. Force them into square and then bayonet charge them. Or just don't even worry about it. Now, the UK did get caught in melee as well, but man, they are holding quite well here. France did a decisive push there, but man, they're still looking a little weak. I mean, like, they've taken some heavy losses. The coalition is not giving them an easy win. Russia is just pushing forward a regular line, and I think actually they have worn down this side here. Man, they have so much cav they could have pushed over to help out on this side, because Murat is not here. Murat is not here. And Spain's actually pushing back the French. Oh, we have another bayonet charge, though. Beautifully done. Spain trying to fall back here. Oh, the line fight in the background with this reserve line. Look at this. What a epic looking fight here. Props to the coalition, though. They actually have held. Look at this. They've actually held. Yes, there was a initial pushback and they lost a lot of their troops, but they have not mass routed here. They still have plenty of troops here. It looks like they're even throwing troops over to handle this slight, you know, break in the lines, and they are going to be able to form up troops here and start shooting the French once again. More reserves, the more British, the Portuguese units pushing across here, getting a little friendly fire, unfortunately. Now, the coalition may feel like all the French troops are tied up here, and they
Our
may,
men are running, sir.
especially since these guys are hidden, they may actually try engaging here, which would be good for France. France then be able to counterattack after these guys have attacked. Really start bringing them down. France still able to push, with Prussia now throwing back the Spanish. Spain not really able to take a fight with such good shooting stats that probably the Prussians can bring. You can see France has actually shifted their troops over a little bit more just because there's such a good, strong coalition line here. They may want to, fall back from that which they are doing. They don't need to take this part of the fight. They can push over where it is very weak. Looks like there is some Coldstream Guard here, or tow rows, some foot guard basically. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a rough fight here. The UK are pushing forward, plenty of reserves to plug up the hole in the line. Still anyone's game, guys. Still anyone's fight. Murat would totally change the course of this fight. He would just totally change the course of this fight. He could even charge the UK on this road with Spain. It would be over. Even if they form squares, you could force them into square and the lines would easily start tearing them up. We do have a huge charge. Prussia finally closing in here, sending in hussars. Oh, wow, there's some Spanish heavies. Look like cuirassiers. Prussia not doing too hot against those heavies. In fact, they broke them. Wow. So now they can try to rout the cavalry here. Oh, no, they're going for the Spanish line here. Oh, Spain does not have cav to defend their army anymore. And Prussia has made a huge decisive win here. They got to be careful because they need to be charging this line first, not this line. You're going to pull through units, and that's not good. It's actually bad for your troops, too. You need these guys to attack this unit instead. But, yeah, Spain is definitely starting to cave here. I mean, this whole line, though, they need a win. They need Prussia on this flank here. They need Spain to break. Because, I mean, France is getting hammered. Just the coalition able to stand and shoot so well that they are actually really pushing them back. And Murat's not really done a whole lot still. I hate to see the waste of heavy cav. Yeah, so you can see the coalition is actually starting to shuttle troops around. Try to push this left flank with Prussia. This is definitely the flank you want to push. They still have some cavalry left. That's good. They keep swinging this flank around. At least these like 4 units keep swinging the flank, pushing the flank, out shooting the coalition on that side, and start forcing the coalition to actually separate themselves a little bit. I'm not sure why the coalition has wanted to hold this left side. They could shift for more troops and just stay with their army, because at this point they are really spreading themselves a little bit too thin. And look at this mobilization here. Look at this. The French are actually pushing forward all their troops behind their front lines to have a reserve, shifting over, keeping them away from this right side where the coalition was just shooting them to pieces. And now Prussia is going to be able to get some shooting. You know, this 5-pointer seems like it'd be fun, actually. As long as you can use them properly. Pretty great effect. Oh, look at that. You see the steeple amidst the smoke. Wow. That is cool. This Spanish army is starting to get a little bit disorganized here. Yeah, both sides. I mean, this kind of looks like they may be an AI drop. I'm not sure. But the way they aren't standing in a regular line anymore, I don't know. This looks a little fishy, guys. What is Murat doing? What is he doing? He's shifting over cavalry, I'm assuming. Yeah, hopefully he's shifting over cav. Oh no, he's going in. Heavy cav is going, not for infantry, but for artillery. Now this is when Davout should push up infantry, force them into square. But here we go, they're gonna start charging the flanks. Murat finally able to do something. Oh my goodness, just impacting that line. They're gonna start coming in behind the enemy. Oh, we do have some cavalry charging a line. So the UK still have some of their good quality heavy cav. We have a bayonet charge, the Spanish getting charged by the French, but France seems to be doing a decent job of holding, actually. Quite an excellent job, actually.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they
But Lion's now pushing forward. I think the coalition is on their final stride here. Murat is now in the back lines, just shifting over, ignoring this whole coalition army. As Crosshairs charging, yep, charging in the back lines of the coalition. Man, there's some more British troops here. There's like a lot of reserves still for the coalition, but they just seem so spread out at this point in time. I think that is their downfall. They have just distanced themselves so much. And now the few troops here are probably gonna try to meet over on this side. Crosshairs breaking. There's some more here in the back lines. I would tell them to go for this Spanish army here. Or some Portuguese. Those Swiss are still fighting. Man, there's only 10 of them left. And their morale is doing well. Look at that, they're confident. Oh, I'd go for a gen. Go for a gen, go for a gen. Oh, they're going for a jet. They're going for Wellesley. Wellesley is being charged. Can he get away? Yeah, he did. Oh my goodness, the Prussians charging the Spanish in the back. And here begins the downfall of Spain. See, that Prussian cav broke, but Murat can now roll in. Especially with the French troops coming from the other side. Hold on, I can get a better shot of that. The lines are constantly charging at this point, guys. It's just art. Here comes Murat once again. Davout has troops in the forest. He can push them out probably by now. Or Spanish. It's a last desperate stand for them. We have Crozier attacking a square bull as the French line infantry prep probably for a shot. Oh, more cav going in, man. They really want to keep these guys in the square.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Oh, there's Wellington. He has been killed. It's actually funny how whenever someone brings Wellington, most players in NW3 will actually, they want to kill Wellington. It's like the one goal. They have to kill Well. It's like bringing Napoleon. Everybody wants to kill him too, you know? Like the big generals, people like get insulted when you bring them. And they have to kill him. Looks like we have some Scottish troops now going in. I think the downfall for the coalition, they had a lot of troops just sitting over here. They didn't need to be. They should have pushed over and they could have really helped, especially how many guard units they brought. I mean, the guards was holding the longest here. But now it's surrounded. Yeah, the end there seemed like it was a little bit, I don't know if someone dropped near the end, like a Spanish player dropped. I don't think it would have mattered much. Prussia was winning against Spain. They had made a huge breakthrough with their cavalry. Murat pushing over. I think it would have actually been over a lot sooner if Murat had been over on this side to help out with the fighting. He just kind of walked around with his heavies for a while, and he was able to do much. If he had been over here with Oudinot and Davout, he could have charged down this road or even charged over here or marched through the trees with Prussia and charged the flank. You could easily have broken Spain and it would have been over probably much sooner. Maybe not though, maybe not. Maybe the coalition had a trick up their sleeve, you know, squares and all. But that's the battle, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not have the results of this game. I can see how many kills Davout got and how many losses were inflicted on him. So I made a skip to the end at this point so that we can see those. I hope they fix the kills and losses and all that stuff soon, because it's kind of annoying not being able to see that all. So I'm probably gonna skip to the end here. Last two UK units on this side of the battlefield plus the Spanish units are getting broken here, and that should be it. Oh, Murat is gonna get charged. And I'm in no way saying that I'm a very good Murat or Cav Corps. Murat is actually rough, I think, to play. But yeah, that was, I think, the one rough part for them. So unless the coalition manages to win in 6 minutes over LOC, then this will be a win for the Imperials. So we'll skip ahead here. Alright guys, so that was the battle here. So you can see Davout, my goodness, I mean, he brought a lot of troops here. You can see, I don't even know the total, but I mean, each one was 100 and something men. It's a lot of troops. It's a fun corps to play. I feel like this would be, I don't know what would be a good counter corps for this. I don't know what the corps actually is even. I'm not remembering at the moment what the core is for the coalition for this one. I don't think they actually brought the core on the other side. I think this brought, you know, maybe they did. I don't know. But you can see here, most kills were the light infantry, 159 kills, and then lines. I'm sure a lot of these were melee kills. That's France for you. You have to get the melee kills. You can see he took some heavy losses, almost 100 men with some of his units. And then, oh my goodness, let's see. Yeah, 120, like hundreds in the hundreds and the 70s, 60s, but just so many men that it's not terrible. But I'm sure he had some pretty heavy losses. I mean, they were going up against the coalition, getting just shot up. Even that second push where they rushed through and pushed the Spanish back, the coalition was turning and shooting them in the flank. That's why they ran to the side to get away from that. Otherwise, they probably would have died there. But anyway, guys, that'll be the battle for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have really close replays, and I mean close replays, like, you know, not wiping the other team, but having a good fight that was close, and you can get the results screenshotted, you can post them in my Discord, and I'll get to them when I can. I try to only do, a lot of people post replays, and I appreciate you guys that do post replays, but, you know, obviously, I know as an audience, you guys probably want to see ones where it's not like a wipe one team over the other. I've done some of those sometimes, and most times I don't realize it until I'm in the middle of recording it, and then it's the whole, like, should I just restart? And sometimes I don't have time to restart and find another replay, and I just have to post it, and I'm sorry for those of you who don't really care for those where it's an obvious wipe on one side over the other. I try not to, and I'm trying to get better at trying to pre-screen my replays, so if I don't do a replay that you've sent me, either I've forgotten it or it wasn't that close, or, you know, just wasn't that rivetingly close. I'm getting more picky. What can I say? trying to get the best replays, the closest, the ones that just show some amazing maneuvering in melee and that sort of thing. So that being said, I appreciate all the support you guys are giving. Really do appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.